Yo, what is good YouTube, and welcome back to another video. And in today's video I'm going to be covering the update 5 for anime Vanguards, and we're going over everything that they've added and showing you a couple of the new game modes. And then later down the line, further into the week, I will be showing you guys the units, getting good traits on them, and showing you a little bit more in depth. But today's video I'm just going to be going over a quick overview of everything, showing you guys the new game mode, showing you guys the new story, showing you guys the things that they've changed, the things that they've added, and the things you guys have got to look forward to. But if you are new around here, I'm trying to hit 10,000 subscribers before the end of 2025, and I believe with your help we are able to do it. It is free and it puts a big smile on my face and helps me improve the quality of my channel and helps me give more back to you guys. But I was checking my analytics and realized that over 90% of you guys aren't even subscribed to the channel. Like I said, what are you doing? It is completely free. But enough of my yapping, enough of my promoting. Let's get straight on into this update 5 for Anime Vanguards. So guys, welcome to this video, and yes, right now I am from the UK, so the update has actually dropped at 11:30 at night, which actually isn't that bad. I've had to record, anime last time videos at like 3 in the morning before, but if my energy isn't as high, that's exactly why. So if we go ahead and click on this update 5 here, as you guys, we will see Boo over here. So there is the new Odyssey game mode, there is 10 new units, there is 7 alternate unit forms, there is 2 new familiars, there is a rework to challenges, there is familiar corruption, which we'll go over that in a second. There is refurbished team interface, there is a next bounty button, there is a familiar and trait filters, there is auto fusing, there is profile unit display, and there is mists such as QRL changes and improvements. So let's go from the top. Obviously there is the new game mode, which I will show you guys gameplay of and kind of what it is like in a minute. Obviously there is 10 new units. Because I'm recording this as soon as it come out, I've got one of them because I think they are going to force them on banner, but I've only been able to get one of them right now. The 7 alternate unit forms, that is going to be the same thing. I'm going to have to get all the units first because it is like the fusing, I believe, from other games. If you went ahead and watched their trailers, you will see there is about 10 different boos, okay? Then there is 2 new familiars, not too sure how we get them yet. Then they rework the challenges, so I'll go ahead and look at that. I've also already looked into the corruption a little bit, and then I can obviously show you the interfaces and stuff like that. So first off, let's go ahead and look at what they mean when they say that they reworked challenges. Okay, I think it may be broken in private servers because right now I don't see anything. Can I go in here? I can go in here, but oh, okay, so this is how it works. So now there is a weekly challenge that you can play that gives you 30. Oh my god, wow, that is a lot. And right now it's double, so I will get 40 trait crystals and I'll get 60 of these. There is dailies of these that you can play, and then there is the regular challenge, and oh, okay. Oh, so now oh wow, that is actually very good. So I think you get to pick from all of these which ones you want to do, and now it's not just random. I believe you get to pick one, but we will go a little bit more into that in a little bit. And then if we run on over into the banner, as you guys can see up there, that he is indeed there. So as you guys see, I did indeed get him there, but that is going to be a future video going more into the units. But as you guys can see now, it says traits and corruption. You're probably wondering what is corruption. So if we click on corruption, it is a new trait crystal. I don't believe you can buy these, but I'm going to tell you guys exactly how to get them. But obviously there is 4 stages of corruption. So number 1, there is no change except the familiar becomes corrupted. Number 2, randomly rolls the stats on the familiar. Number 3, rolls the stats 1% to 50% better / lower than they currently are, exceeding caps. And then 4, adds another passive to the familiar, assigning a random element to that passive and a random damage increase from 1 to 10. So if you guys are new to the game and you're not too sure what familiars are, if you go on into your inventory, you will see that you have familiars here, and you can go ahead and put them onto different characters. This is the new familiar basically filters, but like I said, because obviously I am newer to the game, I don't have too many. I only have this one specific familiar. But the other things that they have added is they've obviously added the Odyssey mode, but first off, they did indeed add a new story mode, and also they've added a new battle pass from level 1 all the way up to level 50 as per usual. And don't worry, you will have time to go ahead and do this. I believe that this is the guy from Devilman Cry. I think it's Dante from the new anime that came out, which is based off the game that came out on Netflix recently. I watched it. I would highly suggest that you guys do go ahead and watch it as well. It is a very very cool show. But if we go ahead and jump on into here and we click create match, and as you guys can see down here, we have the new story mode. I'll jump on into it in a minute because the boss actually does have a very cool feature. But then also if we go on into the legend stages, as you guys can see, there is also a new legend stage, but I need to go ahead and complete the story first. But let's go ahead and jump on into showing you guys exactly about the new mode, and then we'll play the new mode and we'll also go ahead and play the new story. If you guys have had chance to play the update, let me know down in the comments what you guys think of this update, and you know, I would like to take some feedback and you know, put it into the server and see you know what everyone's thinking. But here is the new Odyssey mode. As you guys can see, this is where you go ahead and get the corruption crystal, and you go from floor 1 all the way up to floor 10 to go ahead and get the crystal. You can also go ahead and get some trophy rolls, some gems, and also some coins. So face escalating threats across an interdimensional journey, searching for your lost units and surviving as you upgrade them to new heights. Discover over 30 unique modifiers, transforming your abilities and reshaping every encounter. But guys, I'm very dyslexic, I'm sorry. Experiment to unlock hidden synergies and new strategies. Delve into forbidden powers by corrupting your familiars, gaining immense strength, but at a dangerous cost. Because obviously, you know, they mean that by, you know, you're obviously corrupting them. And then also some other little things is if you go on into here now and you click on teams, as you guys can see, each team will then say every single element it has, the total max upgrade cost for the whole entire team, the total income it will go ahead and give you, and the total ground DPS it can go ahead and give you. And obviously, you know, you can make multiple of these teams, up to 8 of them, and I believe that is very, very cool. If you guys haven't noticed as well, obviously the X button is completely different in every way, shape and form, in every single mode and every single thing possible. But what I'm going to go ahead and do now is I'm going to jump on over into story mode. I'm going to show you guys the new maps, and I'm going to show you guys that cool feature I was talking about with the new boss. As you guys can see, we have went ahead and jumped on into Act 1, and it is a very big map. So basically the spawn is here, and then if we keep on running all the way over here, it basically goes all the way around this path, goes around this corner around here, keeps on going around, and you end up over here. So a pretty big map, a pretty large map, and I believe that the attention to detail in Anime Vanguards that they put into their maps is genuinely crazy. Like, look at all of this extra space that we have out of here, you know, putting so much detail into the further backgrounds, even though that this is just a stage. Like, look at all of this. This is absolutely insane. I believe that this is one of the best maps in the game, in my personal opinion. And yes, you guys may slander me, but I have not actually watched the full thing of Dragon Ball. I've watched, you know, some of the movies here and there, but I've just never been able to keep my attention span onto animes that are super long. But yeah, so basically the boss for this has a very cool mechanic. I don't know how it works fully, but I have my Aizen here when I was testing it out before, and he basically deleted my Aizen and had it as a unit following behind him. Yeah, that's right, it had it as a unit following behind him and had around 700,000 health. So I believe that you guys want to save quite a bit of money towards, like, say, wave 10. After wave 10, I wouldn't suggest spending any money, but obviously because I have Aizen, Monarch, if you guys haven't seen that video, go ahead and watch that. It was a very crazy video. But I would suggest you guys save some money. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to jump into a little fast forward until the boss is here and show you guys exactly what I mean.
Everybody ask me how I know. I smiled at them and said she told me so. Everybody ask me how I know. I smiled at them and said she told me so. Everybody ask me how I know. I smiled at them and said she told me so. Everybody ask me how I know. I smiled at them and said she told me so.
We are now approaching the boss wave, and as I said before, you know, you guys should be saving your money, because what happened before, I'm not too sure how it works 100%, but obviously the more we play the stage, the more we'll finally understand. But what happened before was my Aizen was here, and I had the Gokus around him, and basically he got deleted, and then behind the boss was just my Aizen, who had like 1,000,000 HP. Yes, you heard that right, 1,000,000. That was on Nightmare before, but I'm just doing it on easy just to kind of show you guys, because to be honest, there's no point doing it in Nightmare. There's no quest or anything that give me anything extra. But as you guys can see, I saved up 150,000 just so. As you guys can see, there we go. So basically the boss behind it gets basically the HP on that is based on how good your unit is. But as you can see, it's now saying I can only place one unit. but I've already placed it. That's actually an issue. That wasn't happening before. When I tested this before, that did not happen, but luckily enough, you know, we've got some other units that can help us out. So maybe using your best unit would not actually be that helpful, but as you guys can see, we went ahead and took care of that pretty easily. But before, when I did it in Nightmare, it actually allowed me to go ahead and replace my Eisen. But this is the bounties button that they were on about. You can just go here and just go ahead and straight in and play the bounty. But what I'm going to do now is I'm going to jump back into the lobby and I'm going to show you guys the new Paragon mode. So we have jumped on over into the Odyssey mode, but I'm just going to show you guys a little like Easter egg thing. So as you guys can see, if you do go ahead and claim everything in your mailbox, you will go ahead and get a thing called the lag shooter. Basically, this was supposed to be the pea shooter. I'll throw up a screen shot right now. This is supposed to be the pea shooter from what was it called? I forgot the name of the game. I used to play it all the time. It's like Guard or something. Plants vs Zombies. Plants vs Zombies. That's the one. How could I even forget? I used to play that game all the time. But as you guys can see, I hope we don't get sued. God of the Garden. And basically, the reason there is no image, it is not a bug. It is that they wanted to put the pea shooter in the game. They had the model and everything made up for it. But unfortunately, they didn't want to get sued. So basically, all hits deal 1 damage no matter what, but has a 0.01% chance damage of dealing whatever number this is. I think that's 9.9 million damage. This passive does not work in any leaderboard game modes. Shoots its peas with so much force it causes temporal blah. So basically, this is just saying what the act does. That is not actually anything cool in the game, but I just thought that was really cool. If you want to know how to get it, just go ahead and click here and click claim all. But yeah, I think that is pretty cool. But if we go ahead and jump on over into the Odyssey game mode, as you guys can see, if we click Odyssey, you will see I went over these earlier. These will be the rewards you can get. But if we go ahead and click play, it will select a random map for you. So it has selected Spider Forest for me. When I did it before, it went ahead and selected Double Dungeon. So basically, this game mode is a little bit confusing, but it also seems pretty easy. So from what I could gather, there is absolutely no traits in it. So there is no traits at all, and it also resets every single. Oh, it's not Spider, it's Sand Village. Okay, it also resets every single you know, stat you have all the way down to D, and you can go ahead and click skip wave here. So I will go ahead and spam skip wave until obviously my unit goes ahead and is able to be placed, and then we might as well just spam skip wave all the way up to 14 and we can go ahead and level him up. You're probably wondering, hey, why do I only have 1 unit? Where has everybody else gone? Basically, as it goes on and on, after the end of every single one, you are able to claim 1 of your units back. So you will do this, you will go through, then you're able to claim 1 of your units back. You will do this, go through until you have all of the units that you have selected back. Also, as you guys can see, there are these chests around the map. They cost 2,000 yen each. So as you guys see, they cost 2,000 yen, and each one of these goes ahead and gives you a random modifier. So this one went ahead and gave me Adrenaline Shot, decreases the unit's SPA by 3%, and you can go around and just buy as many of these as you want. So as you guys can see, I can go ahead and buy a second one here, and then as you can see, Ambush here, unit deals 50% damage to enemies above 90% health. As you get further on into the Odyssey, money starts becoming a lot easier and a lot not as hard to get, because obviously you start going ahead and getting your farms and getting things like that. So it becomes a lot not as hard to go ahead and get money, so you are able to run around and actually just buy all the chests. The reason it was good with Double Dungeon is because obviously they're not as spread out on the map and it's kind of just very open. But as you guys can see here, now that we have completed that, I can go ahead and increase the intensity by 10. I'm not too sure what the difference is, because obviously as you guys can see here, I can get the same unit, but it increases the intensity by more if I do it. I don't know if you have a higher chance of getting rewards or anything like that, but it does not tell me. But as you guys can see, I'm going to go ahead and get my farm unit. And then I'm literally just going to click next. And as you guys can see down here now, I have my farm unit and I also have my Eisen. But if we go ahead and click yes and I click skip wave, as you guys can see, I can go ahead and place down my money unit now. And I can skip wave again to go ahead and upgrade him. And then skip wave to go ahead and get my unit. And then obviously, you know, we're just going to keep on focusing on upgrading our farm here, because that is our main focus. And then now once we've upgraded our farm, we can just spam the waves and go ahead and upgrade our Eisen. We did get one that leaked, but don't worry, because we have all of these stocks ready, so one leaking isn't too much of an issue. And like I said, money also isn't an issue, because we do have 14 waves all spawning at once, so the money does indeed start flowing in. And then you also go ahead and get your money for wave 15. And also through this, you can go ahead, if you are struggling, and go ahead into the Odyssey shop and buy apply certain things. So applies freeze to all the enemies alive if you're struggling, makes all the enemies in the room have minus 15% health but 10% speed, makes all the enemies in the room have minus 25% speed but max increases their health by 15%. So if you are really struggling, you can go ahead and buy them. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to run around and get loads of these chests so I can try and show you guys some more of the modifiers. So if you click on stage information, we've already seen ambush and adrenaline shot, but then we have slay around. Unit deals an additional 50% damage to boss type enemies. So this Eisen over here will now deal 50% more damage to the boss. And then we have serrated tips. Units attacks have a 5% chance to inflict bleed, dealing 50% of the unit's attacks over 5 seconds. So these are very cool. They also threw this up as a sneak just before they obviously dropped this update, saying that there is over 100, 200, 300, 400, many different combinations that can go ahead and be used. But if we go ahead over here and we just kill this guy, then as you guys can see, now that we have made it further, I can go ahead and get one more of my units back. Like I said, we're gonna have to go into this a little bit more because I'm not too sure what the intensity thing means, but besides that, this is a pretty straightforward game mode, pretty simple game mode, and you get some pretty cool things on it. The last thing I want to show you guys in this video is that new weekly challenge. So let's go ahead and jump on straight on over into that. As you guys can see, they said about the unit display, basically you can now change the units that are displayed on your profile to not the ones that I just equipped, and you can kind of just pick any one in your inventory, just so you guys don't have to, you know, go ahead and show them all. I mean, it's kind of simple, you know, it's not really needed, but hey, it's there. So what I'm going to do is, I don't know how hard this is, but I'm going to try and jump on into the weekly challenge. I'm gonna just use the team that I have right now. I don't know how hard this is obviously going to be, but like I said, with the 2 times on right now, I should get 40 trait reroll crystals from this. So I'm not gonna lie, I feel like this should be decently hard. I'm gonna get 40 trait crystals and a lot of stars. So let's go ahead and start this. But as you guys can see, it's just Shibuya Station normal, but we're gonna jump on into it, and I'm probably just time lapse it because I think it's just a normal stage, but it's just gonna be a little bit more difficult than normal. So I think I'm gonna time lapse this as well. Obviously this is gonna be the second time lapse. I know, a little bit annoying, but hey, like I said, it's currently, you know, 11:45 at night, and I'm going to try and, you know, record this, get it edited, and post a thumbnail all by myself. I'm a one-man team, guys, okay? Cut me some slack. As you guys can see, they give you 3,500 off rip, so I can go ahead and straight away go ahead and paste my Eisen, and then just place my farms, just as I normally would. So I'm going to catch back up with you guys once I've went ahead and done this, but enjoy the time-lapse. Cue the music, and let's go. As you guys can see, we went ahead and completed it, and unfortunately the 2 times challenge rewards doesn't actually work on the weekly, but as you guys can see, that does give us a lot of stars. It would have been kind of crazy, to be honest, if the 2 times did work, but as you guys can see, all of those rewards, and it is basically just a normal stage. But I'm gonna go ahead and return on into the lobby and go ahead and give the outro. It was just a quick overview of update 5, and if you guys did make it to the end of the video and did find it helpful, then subscribe and turn on post notifications to get notified when I post other videos like this. I like to post anywhere from noob to pros, to basically telling you guys the best ways to get things, the best ways to do things, and I like to cover every update and every sneak. So if you are new around here, a sub would be much appreciated, because like I said, we're trying to hit 10,000 subscribers before the end of the year. But I know this has been one of my longer videos. My videos are usually a little bit shorter than this, and usually a lot more entertaining and a lot more joyful, but like I said, it's pretty late at night and I'm not feeling the best at the moment. But like I said, I'm going to keep it to a minimum. If you did make it to the end of the video, don't forget to like, comment and subscribe, because it puts a big smile on my face. But it's been Zez, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace out and ciao.